un couple étrange. Le comte et la comtesse de Tsarov vivaient sur l'île. Ils m'invitèrent à demeurer quelque temps. Je devins leur hôte.
Mrparka here to review another one from Mondo Macabro. This is Countess Perverse. This just came out. For a while they weren't releasing too much, then they just released 2 movies back to back. Countess Perverse, I have no doubt got released because the Hunger Games was so popular, and you know the Game of Death movies are kind of hitting the thing. That's always a good thing about a new popular movie. Even if you don't like it, a lot of the obscure ones that never get mentioned get released. And this is Countess Perverse, Jess Franco film. From my understanding, this is 1973. He made 7 movies that got released, or it was 11, and there was like 4 others that didn't get completed. So taking that into consideration, it's a pretty decent movie. But I mean, this guy shot that's 1 movie a month at least that got completed. But anyways, what we have here is mostly 70% softcore action, 30% horror movie. We have these 2 rich weirdos. One is Howard Bernard, and they basically, the Count and the Countess, they live in this crazy, bizarre, blocky house in the middle of a mountain, like an island on this mountain cliff area. And they basically get people, they pay people to find people so they can hunt them, and then they feed them to the next person they're going to hunt. That's pretty much the whole plot. A lot of it is a lot of the same scenes over and over again, seemingly, just different people. There's a lot of lesbian sex. The nudity is like, you can't even count it. It's every 5 seconds. There's nudity everywhere. There's probably more scenes with nudity than not nudity. 90% of the film is nude, and all women. There's a lot of lesbian sex, 1 straight sex scene. But all in all, it's just a softcore horror movie with some decent moments. The dubbing is pretty bad. The music in these movies is always really cool. The music's good. The scenery's good. Jess Franco, I thought his strongest point from what I've seen in his films is always getting the best locations and the beautiful shots. He must have had a lot of pull or a lot of friends some places because the scenery is great. And just the beautiful locations really help with the film. Oh no, it's just really your typical softcore film that does one unforgivable thing. It bores the audience a little bit. I think it does. I mean, you can only look at the same pair of boobs for so long. They are nice, but it gets a little old after a while. The sex scenes are pretty sensual, pretty decent, because I'm going to talk about the sex scenes because there's not much else in here. There's really no special effects to speak of, no violence. The characters are okay. It's hard to tell how well they can act because a lot of them are poorly dubbed. Howard Bernard's really poorly dubbed. He laughs at points. He's like, arr, 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 arr. He's really weaselly and turtle-ish in this film. If you've seen this, it's a fairly good release. The picture quality is actually really nice, and it looked great on the HD screen. The film has a couple special features. The DVD, it has an interview with a film historian who is a Jess Franco expert and knows everything about Jess Franco, it seems, and he's obviously in love with the man, and he does a good job explaining his career and explaining the film and explaining other things about the film and how they relate to Marquis de Sade and his other films at the time. It also has an interview with one of the lead actors, and of course commercials for Mondo Macabro. All in all, if you're a big fan of sexploitation or even Game of Death movies, and I would say give it a peek, give it a rental. But it's a lot like your typical Jess Franco movie, more sex than violence and horror. So it depends what's up your alley, what you like. But that is The Countess Perverse, and I'm Mr. Parker. Thank you very much. Have a good one.